Romano drops bombshell. The truth about Man United's €70 million Fermin Lopez links. Welcome back to Unite United News, your most trusted source for Manchester United transfer updates. We've got some huge news that's going to shock Manchester United fans, and it comes straight from the mouth of transfer guru Fabrizio Romano himself. You might have seen the reports claiming Manchester United are ready to spend over €70 million on Barcelona midfielder Fermin Lopez. The Spanish media went crazy with these stories, suggesting United were prepared to double the player's salary and make one of the biggest moves of the summer. But here's the thing, Romano has just dropped a massive bombshell that changes everything. If you're a United fan who got excited about the Fermin Lopez links, you need to hear what Romano has to say. And if you're following the Benjamin Sesko saga, we've got major updates on that front too, including what his agent says United must do to win the race. The Fermin Lopez bombshell, what Romano really said. Let's start with the big news that's got everyone talking. Spanish outlet Sport published a massive story claiming Manchester United were ready to go all in for Barcelona's Fermin Lopez. According to their report, United had expressed direct interest and were willing to submit a financial offer exceeding €70 million. They claimed United wanted to convince Lopez with an astronomical salary offer, practically doubling what he currently earns at Barcelona. The Spanish media suggested that Barcelona would be willing to negotiate if the offer reached around €70 million, as it would be one of their biggest sales ever and solve their financial problems in one go. Sounds exciting, right? Well, here's where Fabrizio Romano comes in to burst the bubble. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Romano delivered some harsh truths about this supposed transfer saga. At the moment I'm told that there is nothing concrete into it, also because first point, Barcelona don't want to sell Fermin Lopez. That's pretty clear, isn't it? But Romano didn't stop there. He explained exactly what would need to happen for any move to be possible. Second point, any chance for Fermin Lopez to go this month is only in case the player goes to Barca, goes to the director Deco, goes to the coach Hansi Flick and says, I want to go, I want to leave. In that case Barca can say, okay, let's find a solution, but Barcelona want to keep the player. Why Barcelona don't want to sell? Romano made it crystal clear why this transfer isn't happening. Barcelona trust Lopez, they believe he's a crucial part of their squad, and they don't want to make any changes. Barcelona trust the player. Barcelona believe that their squad is perfect like this, so they don't want to do any changes. This makes perfect sense when you think about it. Lopez is a young, talented Spanish midfielder who came through Barcelona's academy. He's exactly the type of player they usually want to keep, not sell. Barcelona have spent years developing Lopez, and now that he's starting to fulfill his potential, why would they want to let him go to a Premier League rival? The player's position. But here's the most important part of Romano's update. Lopez himself hasn't asked to leave Barcelona. And also at the moment I'm not aware of Fermin Lopez telling Barcelona that he wants to go. Fermin didn't do that, he's fully focused on Barca. This is crucial information. Even if United were genuinely interested, even if they were willing to pay €70 million, it wouldn't matter if the player doesn't want to leave. Lopez is living the dream at Barcelona. He's playing for one of the biggest clubs in the world, in his home country, for the team he supported as a kid. Why would he want to leave that for Manchester United, especially when United can't even offer Champions League football? The financial reality. Romano also pointed out the financial complexities of any potential deal. So look at the moment, nothing into it and nothing really concrete into the Fermin story. Even if all of this happens, the financial package for Lopez has to be a really special package. This suggests that even if everything else fell into place, the financial demands would be enormous. We're not just talking about the €70 million transfer fee. There would be massive agent fees, salary demands, and other costs on top. For a club like United that's already spent big this summer and has to be careful about financial fair play, this kind of deal would be extremely difficult to justify. What this means for United fans. Romano's update is pretty disappointing for United fans who got excited about the Lopez links. But it's also important because it shows why you should trust reliable sources like Romano over sensational newspaper reports. The Spanish media love to create transfer stories involving their clubs and players. Sometimes these stories are based on genuine interest, but often they're exaggerated or completely made up. Romano's job is to cut through all that noise and tell you what's actually happening. And in this case, what's actually happening is nothing. The Sesko situation much more promising. While the Lopez story might be dead in the water, the Benjamin Sesko situation is completely different. This is where United fans should be focusing their attention. According to German football expert Jan-Åge Fjørtoft, Sesko's first choice is still Manchester United, despite Newcastle's strong interest and ability to offer Champions League football. As I've said before, Sesko's first choice is Manchester United. However, he needs to be convinced that the club can actually get the deal done. This is huge news for United fans. It suggests that if United can match the financial terms, they'll win the race for Sesko. What Sesko's agent says United must do. Sesko's agent Elvis Basanovic has revealed exactly what United need to do to secure the deal. Speaking to the Manchester Evening News, he made it clear that this isn't just about money. He will move from RB Leipzig only when we recognize a special club, a special project with a special coach. This is exactly what United can offer. They're undoubtedly a special club with incredible history and global reach. Ruben Amorim is building a special project at Old Trafford. And Amorim himself is a special coach with a great reputation for developing young players. The agent also emphasized that Sesko isn't competing with other players. He's focused on his own development. Let me tell you, Sesko is not competing with anyone. It's him versus him every day. We have a clear plan for the future and media speculation doesn't affect us. United's expected bid for Sesko. According to Rudy Galletti, United are preparing to make their official bid for Sesko this week. The details are fascinating. Leipzig have set a price tag of €90 million for the striker, plus a sell-on clause on any future transfer. United are still finalizing the structure of their proposal, but internal talks suggest they are considering a bid worth €83/84M, including bonuses. This would be slightly higher than Newcastle's reported €80 million offer, but still falls short of Leipzig's asking price by around €6 to €7 million. The key question is whether Leipzig will accept less than their asking price, or whether United will need to find the extra money to meet their demands. The timeline factor. Time is becoming crucial in the Sesko race. Fjørtoft explains why both clubs need clarity soon. There has been talk of the clubs setting a deadline for Sesko's decision. From the English club's perspective, this makes sense. They need clarity to either move forward or walk away. Both Newcastle and Manchester United have alternative targets and cannot wait indefinitely. United can't afford to wait around forever while Sesko makes up his mind. If he's not going to choose them, they need to know so they can pursue other targets. But the good news is that a decision is expected very soon. Galletti suggests that the player is expected to decide soon, which means United fans might not have to wait much longer. Why Sesko prefers United over Newcastle. Despite Newcastle's advantages, Champions League football, fewer financial constraints, ambitious project, there are several reasons why Sesko apparently prefers United. First, United are simply a bigger club globally. The history, the tradition, the worldwide fan base, these things still matter to players. Second, Amorim's reputation as a coach who develops young talent is a major draw. Sesko is still only 22 and wants to continue improving. Third, United's long-term potential might be more attractive than Newcastle's current situation. While Newcastle are doing well now, United are one of the biggest clubs in the world when they're at their best. The Al Hilal factor. One interesting development is that Al Hilal have officially dropped out of the Sesko race. According to The Athletic, the Saudi club is now focusing on Darwin Núñez from Liverpool instead. This simplifies the situation considerably. Instead of a three-way battle, it's now just United versus Newcastle. That should make negotiations easier and give both clubs a clearer idea of what they need to do. United's other transfer priorities. While the focus is on Sesko, United are also looking at other positions. Romano mentioned that they could sign a new midfielder before the window closes, and they're also considering goalkeeper options. Emiliano Martinez was their first choice, but Aston Villa rejected a loan approach. Now they're looking at alternatives like Sen Lamens from Royal Antwerp and Gianluigi Donnarumma from PSG. This shows that United are thinking holistically about their squad building, not just focusing on one position. What Newcastle are doing. Newcastle aren't giving up on Sesko easily. They're reportedly prepared to match Leipzig's demands and meet the striker's salary expectations. But according to the reports, they need confirmation that they have a genuine chance of signing him. If Sesko's heart is set on United, Newcastle might decide to walk away and focus on other targets. This is exactly the kind of situation where having the player's preference makes all the difference. The financial fair play question. Both United and Newcastle need to be careful about financial fair play when making such a big signing. United have already spent significant money this summer, so adding 80+ million euros for Sesko would represent a massive investment. They'll need to structure the deal carefully to stay within the rules. The good news is that United have been planning for this kind of signing. They've been working on their finances to ensure they can compete for top players again. What happens if United miss out on Sesko? If the Sesko deal doesn't work out, United will need to move quickly to alternative targets. The transfer window is running out, and they can't afford to be left without a striker. Possible alternatives might include other European strikers who are available for less money, or perhaps looking at loan deals with obligations to buy. But based on all the reports, United are confident they can get the Sesko deal done. The player wants to come, they're prepared to pay big money, and they have advantages over Newcastle. Romano's credibility versus Spanish media. This whole situation shows why Fabrizio Romano has become so trusted in the transfer world. While Spanish newspapers were creating exciting stories about Lopez to United, Romano was doing the hard work of actually checking with his sources. The result is that United fans got the truth instead of false hope. Yes, it's disappointing that the Lopez story isn't real, but it's better to know the truth than to believe in fantasies. This is exactly why United News focuses on reliable sources like Romano rather than sensational newspaper reports. We want to give you accurate information, not just exciting headlines. Looking ahead. The next few days could be crucial for United's transfer business. The Sesko situation should be resolved soon, and that will determine whether United get their top striker target or need to move to alternatives. Meanwhile, the Lopez story shows that not every transfer rumor is worth getting excited about. United fans should focus on realistic targets rather than impossible dreams. Conclusion. Fabrizio Romano's latest updates have given us a much clearer picture of United's transfer situation. The Fermin Lopez story is essentially dead. Barcelona don't want to sell. The player doesn't want to leave, and the finances don't make sense. But the Benjamin Sesko situation is much more promising. The player wants to join United. The club are prepared to make a competitive bid, and negotiations are progressing well. Romano's honesty about both situations shows why he's become the most trusted transfer journalist in the world. He doesn't just tell people what they want to hear. He tells them what's actually happening. For United fans, the message is clear. Forget about Fermin Lopez and focus on Benjamin Sesko. That's where the real action is, and that's where United's best chance of a major signing lies. We'll continue following both stories here at United News, bringing you the latest updates from Romano and other reliable sources. When United make their official bid for Sesko, when Barcelona make their position on Lopez even clearer, when any major developments happen, you'll hear about it here first. That's what we do at United News. We cut through the noise, focus on reliable sources, and give you the transfer news that actually matters to Manchester United fans.